Now Drury, Huckabee to his left, faced by Forbes. He's got away from him. Still with Huckabee. A super goal from Darren Huckabee.
Well, there's the smile, there's the winner. Darren Huckabee is the 06-07 season Anglian Player of the Year for Norwich City.
A popular Canary enhancing his place in the Carrow Road Hall of Fame and joining a select band of Norwich City players in the process. Darren Huckabee voted the fans Player of the Season, and so becoming only the 7th Canary to lift the Barry Butler Trophy twice. It was goals like this extraordinary match winner against Birmingham City that helped Huckabee clinch the fans' votes.
In a sense, Huckabee still has the ball. He's still running with it. He's still got it, Darren Huckabee, and shoots, and that's a fantastic goal!
Hello, thanks for voting me for Player of the Year. It's a real honour to win it for the second time. Hope you enjoy this DVD. Hopefully you'll see me score a lot more goals next season.
Darren Huckabee!
This is freezing, let me get out.
Well, we'll leave Hucks to enjoy his pre-season ice bath and now wind the clock back to the start of the 2006-07 campaign. The Canaries kicking off at Elland Road against last year's playoff finalists Leeds. Rob Earnshaw leading the line and going close to opening City's account with a snapshot from the edge of the area. Frustration for Ernie, which would be the story of his and the Canaries' day. A certain on-loan Tony Warner keeping goal for Leeds. At the other end, Paul Gallagher was forced into action, tipping an opportunist flick over the bar. City's £600,000 new signing Lee Croft then found himself an unlikely villain of the piece. A touch over-enthusiastic, should we say, with his challenge here on a combination of two Leeds players, predominantly Eric Backer. Not a lot of room for complaints for Nigel Worthington's sole close-season signing from Manchester City, with the predictable outcome. Former Canary loanee David Healy beating Gallagher from the spot 5 minutes before the break. And that proved to be the decisive moment of the game, although Norwich had their chances in the second half, Earnshaw again going closest, scraping the post. 1-0. So a fruitless trip to Yorkshire, but every chance to put that right just 3 days later as Preston came to Carrow Road. Commentary from Donovan Blake.
Croft. Doing well here. Once again, the diminutive feet and another good cross, and Carlo Nash had to palm that one away, and Huckabee couldn't apply the finishing touch. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Once again, Lee Croft providing the ammunition, and Huckabee couldn't finish it. Nigel Worthington having a chat with the new number 2, Martin Hunter. Safri. Colin finding Safri, and now Robinson, and linking up well with Safri, and he can thread it through to Drury, and it's picked up by Huckabee. And that's a dangerous ball in, headed away by Chilvers this time. Robinson inside the penalty area, Carl Robinson! Oh, great save by Carlo Nash. Well, Carl Robinson almost thought he'd got his first goal for Norwich City. This was the run, beating 2 or 3 Preston players, but the shot brilliantly parried. Earnshaw, Chilvers sticking to him like glue, but Earnshaw wriggling away and getting a foot in as well. And it falls kindly to Huckabee. Oh, slashed into his own net! And it's Sean St Ledger has given Norwich City a freak lead. Carlo Nash couldn't keep it out. Sean St Ledger couldn't deal with it, and Norwich had the breakthrough. And out of nothing, Norwich City, courtesy of that guy, have the lead. Alexander, Preston trying to put a bit of pressure on. Aguiman makes the run, well watched though by Doherty. Now Huckabee, away from Alexander. Has he got the legs to get away from Jarrett? His touch is too heavy though, but St Ledger's clearance only finds a 2-hoop. McVeigh McVeigh. And McVeigh, who was guilty of a sloppy pass earlier on, found his target this time, and so did Robert Earnshaw. First time, Carlo Nash stranded.
Norwich up and running then, and looking to build on that first win with another home match against Luton at the weekend.
Away by Doherty. Up goes Robinson. Feeney finds Rowan Vine, who'll shoot from distance and scores a cracker. Rowan Vine breaks the deadlock for Luton Town. Paul Gallagher beaten. And Vine opens his account for the season as well. Well, he'll enjoy that. Feeney laid it off for him, shaped himself up on his right foot. That's a beauty. Stepped away from Safri, and Gallagher at full stretch couldn't get anywhere near it. Robert Earnshaw, will he go for goal? He will, but it came off the wall. Barnett trying to get it away from Doherty, only falls as far as Huckabee. Now it's with Drury, who swings it in, looking for Croft, away by Edwards, further away by Langley, only as far as Safri, and now a Tuhu. That's a dangerous cross, and away again by Edwards. Croft. Oh, that's a good cross he's dug out, and a brilliant shot! A header even, and a superb save. It was Gary Doherty's header, and Marlon Beresford was able to clutch that one. Lee Croft once again digging out a dangerous cross. He rose well, didn't he, Doherty? Croft going on a little meander. Not a good cross though, well dealt with by Emmanuel, kept in there by Davis, who finds Vine. That's a nice link-up play by the two players. Rowan Vine, and now Dean Morgan, who's dangerous in attacking positions. Dean Morgan, can he put it across? Oh, that's a fantastic goal by the youngster, who's lit up the faces of Luton fans. It was a good ball by Rowan Vine to find him. He took on Drury and then drove it across Paul Gallagher. Two excellent goals scored by Luton today, and that is a superb finish. Barnett's header goes backwards, and now Darren Huckabee's away here. Darren Huckabee, Norwich back in it. And that is a face which says it all, urging the fans to get behind them. Darren Huckabee fires Norwich City back in the game. A response courtesy of Paul Gallagher's long kick. Barnett's header went backwards. Foley thought he was fouled. Darren Huckabee continued, and he was able to beat Marlon Beresford. Cool finish. Darren Huckabee's first of the season. Now we have a game. And Croft finding Robinson's shot wasn't the strongest. Atuhu trying to get the challenge in. Colin keeps the ball alive. Safri, Robinson, Croft onside. Can he deliver? He can! Amazing way to equalise. And Nigel Worthington's on his feet. So are the Norwich supporters. Lee Croft opens his account for Norwich. First goal in yellow and green. And it must have taken a diversion off the near post. Shot coming off Marlon Beresford perhaps. But going into the corner, yes, Marlon Beresford tried to keep it out and couldn't. Lee Croft makes it 2-2. Drury for Norwich. Dixon Atuhu. Robinson, trying to thread it through to Earnshaw. Huckabee, away from one. Darren Huckabee on his left foot. Oh, hits the post. Atuhu, great save by Beresford and turned in by Robert Earnshaw. Amazing. Amazing. That is the only word you could describe this fight back. I suppose The Norwich fans can't believe what they've seen today. Everyone in the director's box, in the stands, all smiles on the pitch. It is incredible how Norwich have come back from 2-0 down. Huckabee's shot come off the post. The two who shot well saved. Robert Earnshaw, give him a chance. He'll never miss. Luton putting on the pressure here. Feeney, oh, good effort, great save.
If you want to do anything in this league, you've got to have that within your locker. That game today, last season, would have probably lost it. And mentally and physically and everything else, I thought the fitness shone through again. We finished very, very strong. The desire, once we got that first goal, to drive on and win the game was tremendous. And when we get to 2-2, if there's going to be a winner, there's only one winner, and that was Norwich City.
The manager said at half-time, how good it would be, to come back and show what character it would be to come back and win the game. I think when we went 2-0 down, we made it even difficult for ourselves. But as I said, we've got so much belief within each other, and I think even throughout we thought. And as soon as we got the first goal, I think that was it. And then we got the second, and then obviously ended with a great finish to the third, and it was a great way to win the game.
Back on the road, next stop Derby County's Pride Park, where one-time City target Steve Howard very nearly put the Rams in front. His header midway through the first half coming back off the bar. Norwich then went close. Darren Huckabee instigating proceedings with the cross. The ball eventually finding its way to Rob Earnshaw on the edge of the area, jinking through, trying to create the opening, but Derby's defenders determined to keep the City striker out. Cheered on by some 1,700 travelling supporters, City took the initiative after the interval with the move of the game, all coming from a Derby corner. Earnshaw combining neatly with Huckabee, bursting forward before supplying the return for Earnshaw. The Welshman, though, unable to finish off what would have been a cracking goal and potential match winner. It finished 0-0. Down to the south coast next, and the trip to Torquay in the first round of the Carling Cup. A much changed City team progressing courtesy of two second-half goals. The first there from want-away striker Leon McKenzie. Dixon Ituhu then confirming City's place in the second round, pouncing from close range after the corner. Mission accomplished, 2-0 Norwich. And so back to Carrow Road, a return to Championship action. The visit of Barnsley, this one a real treat for Canary fans.
Dixon Ituhu breaks that up very well for Norwich, and now Huckabee's got another chance to run in this Barnsley defence. Looks to play in Earnshaw. Was he down? The referee says yes. Penalty for Norwich. There's complaints and anger from the Barnsley players. And a red card. Huckabee plays Earnshaw in, who cuts across Tony Kay. There's some contact there on the shoulder, which Earnshaw potentially made the most of, you have to say. And Tony Kay is trudging off after just 12 minutes. Can Earnshaw put Norwich ahead? Yes, he can! Those trademark celebrations are taking just 12 minutes to come here at Carrow Road. Robert Earnshaw winning the penalty and taking it himself to put Norwich 1-0 up. Looking to put it to the left of the keeper. A little slide of the hips places it low to the left of the goal. Nick Colgan, no chance. And that's Robert Earnshaw's 7th goal in 7 starts at Carrow Road. Robinson now, out to Crofts. Running at Williams. Finding Robinson again, will he shoot? He will, and it's in! Carl Robinson gets a big hug from Lee Croft and the rest of the Norwich players. And applause from the Norwich fans. A super strike from Carl Robinson. But he was heavily involved in this move. Lee Croft finding the pass back to Robinson, and his shot, did it catch a deflection off the midfielder coming across? May have just caught a couple of touches on its way, actually, as it flew in off the far post. And Nick Colgan, no chance. Shackle under a bit of pressure, and he's lost out to Mark Richards, who's all on his own, but cutting inside. Can he find anybody? He can. It's Paul Hayes, it's deflected, and it's in! Well, Paul Gallagher's furious with his defence, but he's pretty happy. But it was Mark Richards who won the ball from Jason Shackle, played it back inside, and Paul Hayes' shot, it appears, deflected. Adam Drury getting the last touch, or was it Dixon Atuhu's head? Safri now plays Earnshaw through, and he's onside. Robert Earnshaw. Well, trying to get the ball back onto his right foot under pressure from Paul Reed. Robert Earnshaw having plenty of opportunities here today, only so far scored from the spot. This probably the best of them so far though. Beats the offside trap, tries to get it back onto his right, and it's Reed's block in the end that gets it back to his keeper. Well, 7 in 7, Norwich probably shouldn't expect too much from the Welsh international striker. It's Huckabee running again at the Barnsley defence, crossing to Lee Croft. 3-1. Lee Croft second in 2 home games. Huckabee again running at Bobby Hassel and causing him all kinds of problems. Pulled it across, and Lee Croft with the easiest of chances to finish at the far post. He's still directing his troops, but a thumbs up suggesting that he's a little happier, Nigel Worthington, than he was just a couple of moments ago. It's back with Huckabee. Cuts inside and shoots, it's deflected, and it's in! Well, a third deflected shot, but a 4th goal for Norwich. Cuts inside Martin Devaney, and it's Bobby Hassel who gets the merest of touches on that ball. Off his shoulder. And a perfect curl around Nick Colgan for Huckabee, second of the season. Clears, but only as far as Jurgen Collin, and that's a lovely turn from Lee Croft. Can he provide a cross to go with it now? He looks for Darren Huckabee, can't find him. And Martin Devaney very coolly brings the ball out. But under pressure from Adam Drury, it's Huckabee again on the ball now. For Earnshaw! It's 5! Well, he's got a celebration for every occasion, this man. That's the one for number 5 for Norwich City. Martin Devaney losing out to Adam Drury's strong challenge. Huckabee picks out Earnshaw beautifully. And a lovely cushioned header finds the far corner.
Well, at 2-1, they think they've got a chance of getting back into the game. So they do. And they've obviously gone for it in some way, which suited us, especially with Huck's. I asked him at half-time and Croft to be more direct in the thinking, and Hucks has proved that when he does that, there's nobody else can live with him. He's scored 1 and created 2, so keep it going.
Yeah, I think he just wanted us to, get at him a bit more, but it's sometimes difficult when they bring 3 or 4 men back, block up the spaces. But second half, I thought, we deserved our win. Crofty got a goal, I got a goal, and only got a couple, so we're more than happy with that.
So Norwich up to second, a bright start to the season, but that was about to be put to the test at Coventry's Ricoh Stadium. Yet again, same again City were incredibly well supported, some 2,500 fans making their way to the Midlands. Bright start, bright day, soon to cloud over though, with the Sky Blues taking the lead, courtesy of Chris Birchall's well-struck 25-yarder on 12 minutes. And it got worse after the break. First, Norwich lost star man Darren Huckabee. Then they were killed off with 2 goals inside 4 minutes. Kevin Kyle meeting the cross to make it 2. And the game effectively over as a contest when Stern John somehow managed to get the better of half a dozen or so yellow shirts, riding the tackles before seeing his shot deflected off Jason Shackle into the net. John richly rewarded for his perseverance, if a bit lucky. 3-0. No time to dwell on that setback. 3 days later, it was Roots Hall and newly promoted Southend, where the Canaries soon discovered why hotshot striker Freddie Eastwood is so highly rated. Less than 10 minutes played when Eastwood cracked home a trademark lethal finish. But that was just the start of a real seesaw of a game. Norwich then played some very good football, knocking the ball around confidently, probing the home defence, and eventually rewarded with their first away league goal of the season. Andy Hughes teeing up Rob Earnshaw. A header, then the shot, and it's 1-1. And having grabbed his first away goal of the campaign, Ernie's second wasn't long coming. Again, sharp finishing from close range. Swift turn. Norwich now leading 2-1 going into the break. City continued where they left off after the interval. A really good spell from the Canaries this. Neat interplay on the edge of the Southend area. Exquisite ball from Hughes. Lee Croft with the perfect cross for Dixon Etuhu to head home. 3-1, a really well-worked goal and an impressive, confident Norwich seemingly cruising and well on their way to 3 points. Southend, though, had other ideas. Their comeback started when they won a free kick on the edge of City's box. Hamill stepped up and gave Gallagher no chance with a pile driver into the top corner. 3-2. And now it was Southend's turn to seize the initiative, although Norwich were still leading as the game entered added time. There was to be an extraordinary finale to this extraordinary match as Eastwood fired in a shot which Gallagher could only parry, and Mark Gower slammed home the equaliser. Last word to the Shrimpers: if ever there were a case of a draw feeling like defeat, well, this was surely it. 3-3.
Well, it was there to take away as long as we kept doing the things that we did up until 3-1. But all of a sudden we got fancy downs, we're taking it easy, we're flicking, farting, fannying, and hugely disappointed. Looking for leaders on the pitch at the second half, can't see any. They've all got caught up in the situation, and experience in football, I can see it happening before my eyes, that we stopped doing the things that got us to 3-1.
Having conceded half a dozen goals on their travels in the space of a week, Norwich were no doubt pleased to be back at Carrow Road, where Crystal Palace were the visitors.
Nice header there by Scowcroft now. Morrison into the path of Hughes. As Hughes got the pace, he's been closed back. Good save though by Gallagher. And that was a good move by Palace. Michael Hughes just didn't have enough in the tank to take him away from the defender. And in the end, the shot wasn't too difficult for Gallagher to deal with. Nigel Worthington just having a word with one or two of the supporters just behind the dugout. I wonder what his half-time team talk was like. Croft teasing, up goes Doherty. Bit of promise from Norwich. Twice they've got into the danger area. Good defending by Palace in the first instance. This time Doherty wasn't able to capitalise. Good cross. Header couldn't be kept down. Good header coming in and cleared off the line and saved by Gallagher. Still a bit of a scramble. Away for a throw and Gallagher's injured, and so is Clinton Morrison. Poor Gallagher has had to be equal to some things today, and he certainly was on that occasion. Great header by Court. Morrison was in there, legs stretched on the ground. Eventually it was Safri who hooked it away from danger. Headed away by Doherty. Corner kick. Kennedy with the corner then for Palace. And Scowcroft's header! Good save! James Scowcroft bought himself a yard and almost got himself a goal had it not been for this man. Dangerously swung in by Kennedy. Great glancing header. And Colin had a part to play in that. Gallagher, though, eventually kept it out. Studious looking from Peter Taylor. He's probably wondering where the goal's going to come from. Once again, that's a good ball. McAnuff drifting away from his markers to find space. Green digs out a decent cross. Court's up there. It's a corner kick. We're playing 4 minutes to stoppage time. It was a good cross by Green, and Court alive to the danger. Stoppage time as Kennedy takes the corner. Oh, it's in! Shefki Kuchi! A sting in the tail, and the big thing came in unnoticed and breaks the deadlock. Swinging towards the near post, and Kuchi was up there, beating Shackle. It came off possibly the frame of the goal before it went in. Gallagher was nowhere. And Norwich have now just got to throw bodies forward to try and wrestle a point. Aim towards Thorne. Oh, Corelli made a mistake, and Earnshaw couldn't poke it home. Peter Thorne had won the header. It looked as though it was going to be gobbled up by Corelli. It was spilt, and Earnshaw couldn't put it in.
So City undone by another late goal, their early season promise starting to evaporate. Next though, a quick chance to restore confidence with the midweek trip to Rotherham in the Carling Cup. Nigel Worthington ringing the changes with striker Peter Thorne starting the match and quick to repay the faith. A clinical header inside 6 minutes. Excellent cross from Jurgen Collin, Thorne's second goal in Canary colours. This would be no easy ride though. Only 5 minutes later, Rotherham were level. City paying the price after losing possession in midfield, and it was 1-1. The second half had barely kicked off, and Norwich suddenly found themselves behind, courtesy of some eagle-eyed refereeing. Jason Shackle penalised for shirt pulling. City far from happy with the decision, but once the fuss had died down, Williamson smashed home the kick to put the Millers ahead. Not looking good, but Norwich were soon back on terms. Ryan Jarvis pouncing after Paul McVeigh's speculative shot embarrassed the goalkeeper. 2-2 now, and having enjoyed a slice of good fortune, Norwich then took full advantage. Club skipper Craig Fleming also back in the starting lineup, powering home the header. Norwich now in front, 3-2. Rotherham staged a spirited late rally, but they were finally killed off deep into time added on. McVeigh the instigator, Dixon Atuhu denied by the tackle, but once again Jarvis was onto it in a flash for his second and City's fourth. Pulsating cup tie, 4-2 Norwich, and so into round 3. With September at last taking a turn for the better, Norwich made the long trip south to Plymouth. The Canaries in their white away strip.
Ebanks Blake with the effort, and a good save by Paul Gallagher then. And it was a good break forward. And Sylvain Ebanks Blake had a decent opportunity then. Capaldi with the corner. Nellis was on the end of it. Oh, it's an own goal, I think. Looks as if it's gone in off Gary Doherty. Well, it was a good corner from Capaldi. Nellis was jumping for it. It fell awkwardly for Gary Doherty. And it seemed to come off his shin and past Paul Gallagher. Safri. Over the top for Earnshaw. Dumbe going with him. Earnshaw with a little flick, and it was a good save from McCormick. And just a glimmer then of how dangerous Robert Earnshaw can be. Ian Holloway pointed out before the game that he was a player that Argyle would have to watch right through the game. Paul Watton is going to go for the early one. Oh, it swerved, and Gallagher somehow just managing to keep that one out. Decent float in towards Nellis. It's been turned in by Marcel Seep. And the Dutchman crowns his home debut with a goal. Well, it was another excellent delivery from Tony Capaldi. Nellis jumped for it, didn't get contact, but Seat was in behind him and turned the ball into the corner. Now Connolly looking for Ebanks Blake. Norris on the burst. Can he get himself into the box here? Norris, yes he can, and that's number 3. And surely now it's all over. Well, it's just the sort of ball that David Norris thrives upon. Given to him so that he can use his pace to burst through the middle. Ryan Jarvis. And deep towards Dublin. Didn't really time the jump, but he's got it through to Earnshaw now. Can he find space to turn? He is always dangerous, Earnshaw. And he finds the back of the net here. Deep into stoppage time. Robert Earnshaw gets what I think will be just a consolation goal for Norwich City.
And so concluded a wretched September with strong words from the City hierarchy, clearly and understandably demanding better. No mistake, the pressure was on under the full glare of a watching nation as the live TV cameras headed for Carrow Road and the visit of Burnley.
A new month for Norwich, a new start hopefully for Nigel Worthington as he bids to save his job and get Norwich City's season back on track. Burnley have a free kick. Wade Elliott standing over it. It's going to be the captain, Frank Sinclair, to get it in. It's come all the way through, back off the post. Goodness me, what a miss that was by Mike Duff. What a let-off it was for Norwich.
Unbelievable let-off, and that's just what Norwich could do with a little bit of luck. Everything's going against them at the moment. It's a good ball in, kept away from the keeper. It's attacked well. It comes through and you think, well, he's just going to put it in an empty net. Slightly off balance, but here's a centre-half.
Sinclair looking to play it into the feet of Gray. Fleming tried to anticipate. And now here comes Croft. They've got 3 against 1 at the moment. Sinclair trying to get back. Huckabee bang forward. Earnshaw wants to go himself. Side netting.
Look at Darren Huckabee. He's got acres of space. Played the wrong ball. And Darren Huckabee, when he sees this going to side netting, he is livid. He's pushed wide Earnshaw. It's an acute angle. It has to be a cracker to beat the keeper from there.
Safri just clipping away at gift to Noel Williams. They've got men to spare out on this left-hand side, Burnley. Jones with the cross in. Noel Williams leaves it. O'Connor, 1-0 Burnley.
Well, I've just said it's getting in the box too easily. They don't close it down. Again, it's Jones. Quick feet. Goes past too easily. And look, there's no attempt to stop. There's 2-3 Burnley players unmarked. And one of them, O'Connor, puts it in the back of the net. There's got to be better marking than this. Jones does well, of course he does. But look, there's 3 Burnley shirts, nobody near them, and you think one of them's going to put it in, and O'Connor does it really well.
Tidally beyond Harley, stilly going, Lee Croft. There's the cross, but there's O'Connor, there's Harley away. Only as far as Jurgen Collin. Glanced by McGreal, on by Sinclair. It's back with Huckabee, deflected, and Jensen did so well to readjust and push clear. Still it's Norwich though, Lee Croft. Jurgen Collin, can they get the breakthrough that they're knocking so hard for? Boyle.
No, that's not the best finish. Rush of blood there from young Boyle. Look at this. Attack after attack, they're putting it in there. Tries to curl it top corner, gets a little deflection, but Jensen, to be fair, is going that way anyway. Not much readjustment, just a slight touch, and it's a comfortable save for him.
This is Wade Elliott. Gray, 2-0! In stoppage time at the end of the first half. The skies just get greyer for Norwich City and for Nigel Worthington.
Nobody stops him, easy ball in the box, terrific header by Andy Gray, does that so well. But again, it's too easy, backing off him, close him down, they don't do it. That's a textbook header, back to where it comes from. Gallagher, no chance.
Doherty needs to get this right, he hasn't, it's Gray, he's pulled back. And Doherty will be in big trouble here, I would think. It just gets worse for Norwich City. Gary Doherty sent off, 2-0 down and down to 10 men.
Well, the ball seemed to hold up on him there, Gary Doherty. You've still got to stay on your feet, you've still got to be strong.
Noel Williams, that's a lovely return. Here comes Steve Jones. Gray, 3-0. The 3 points are sealed. It's a second for Andy Gray as the boos echo around Carrow Road.
Played in, no real pressure, lovely 1-2. Easy as you like, takes his time. Gallagher goes the wrong way. Andy Gray has been terrific. Jones does well here, spots it, he's not greedy, lays it into his teammate who slots it with great aplomb. Takes his time, measured, precision.
Huckabee through the gap. Earnshaw. Lovely goal. All in vain from a Norwich City point of view, you fear, but finally the main men combine, Huckabee and Earnshaw, and Rob Earnshaw finds the back of the net for Norwich.
If anybody deserves a goal, it's Rob Earnshaw. I think he's been terrific. Huckabee does brilliant, exactly what Huckabee does so well. Commits people, lovely little shimmy there. Maybe I was disappointed Jensen didn't get a firmer hand, but it's a striker's finish.
Gray, plenty of space here for Marn to seal it, he does, with a thunderbolt. 4 for Burnley.
A crushing and ultimately decisive blow for Nigel Worthington, parting company with Norwich shortly after the final whistle, and so marking the end of an era. With a fortnight before City's next game, speculation predictably mounted about who would take over. But it was former midfielder Peter Grant who was named as the new man in charge 48 hours before the trip to Queen's Park Rangers. Grant, front row, second from left, joining from West Ham and watching on from the stands as caretaker manager Martin Hunter took charge. And what a way to impress the new boss. Norwich taking the lead after just 4 minutes. Neat goal too. Dixon Atuhu's pass finding Darren Huckabee via the faintest of touches from Rob Earnshaw. Huckabee finishing in style, 1-0. A bright opening by City then, but midway through the first half, QPR were level. Good finish from Jimmy Smith, 1-1. And the Canaries were hit by a sucker punch just before half-time. Martin Rowland scoring from the free kick, 2-1 QPR now. Half-time, only half the story, as City came out fighting after the break and pulled level again with a superbly worked goal. Earnshaw, Lee Croft and Andy Hughes all combining deep in Rangers territory to set up Dion Dublin. Dublin equalising with his first goal for the Canaries. 2-2 now, and still plenty more drama to come. The next twist in this Loftus Road thriller, a penalty for Norwich in the final 10 minutes. Adam Drury giving Huckabee something to chase, and the City striker rewarded for his tenacity, getting the better of former Norwich loanee Zesh Rayman, pulling Huckabee down. Rob Earnshaw making it 3-2 from the spot and seemingly putting Norwich on their way to a memorable victory. But there was still time for one final sting in the tail. Plenty of it, as it happens, with the referee adding on a full 5 minutes. Rangers snatching the equaliser as Rowlands tucked the ball inside the post for his second of the afternoon. 3-3, plenty for new boss Peter Grant to think about ahead of his official arrival at Carrow Road a little under 48 hours later.
The thing I've got in my mind is to make sure that it's a place that's fully pride, passionate, but ultimately a very good football side. And, obviously my goal is to try and get them back in the Premier League, so we'll have to be a bit of both. You know that they're very good to watch and play, but you also know how to win games of football.
I think that whole excitement and commitment and passion that he brings to himself is going to pervade the whole football club. I'm very, very thrilled with it.
One of the things we wanted, you know, most of all probably was someone who is young and someone who's hungry, really hungry, and he scores on that very highly.
Peter Grant's first game in charge the very next day. On the face of it, a daunting trip to promotion favourites Birmingham. Handshakes all round ahead of kick-off, and Grant would still be smiling come the end, as a revitalised Norwich team stunned Steve Bruce's side with a confident performance which saw them come away from St Andrews with a thoroughly deserved first away win in the league of the season. City pouncing on the break, Dixon Ituhu finding Darren Huckabee. He was fouled just outside the box. Huckabee taking the free kick, and it's Jason Shackle doing enough to force Matt Sadler to head into his own net midway through the second half. It proved to be the only goal of the game. Blues fans calling for Steve Bruce's head. Peter Grant off to the perfect start.
Hopefully it's a big lift for the club, because it's been a bit of downturn for them, in the respect that everybody's been feeling sorry for themselves. I've told them we won't be feeling that way at any time. We'll go and try and win every game. As I said, we'll come unstuck at times, but hopefully we're going to play entertaining, fast, attractive football because of the players we have. It allows us to do that. And as I say, over the piece tonight, I thought we got our just rewards.
So with fresh hope and a new man at the helm, Grant prepared for his first home match in charge against league leaders Cardiff City.
Gilbert wins it for Cardiff. Safri finds Ituhu, moving forward, looking to shoot, shoots early, and that's a fantastic goal from Dixon Ituhu. His second goal in the league this season. Peter Grant wants two, I think that's what he means. Safri picked out Dixon Ituhu in a forward position, just cut inside, and a beautifully curled shot. Allowed to turn by the Cardiff midfield. And curled perfectly beyond the reach of Neil Alexander. Well, she was one of 9 on the panel who made that decision to appoint Peter Grant, and she must be pretty happy with her work so far, I should imagine. Useful pass to Darren Huckabee. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can, says the linesman. Running at Gilbert, finds Earnshaw. Couldn't quite get the ball under control. Norwich have it again, though. It's Adam Drury. Into the feet of Darren Huckabee. Shoots! And parried as far as Parry. Adam Drury played it into the feet of Darren Huckabee, who turned and got his shot away. A useful save from Neil Alexander. Well, he was happy with his first 90 minutes in charge down at Birmingham on Tuesday, and he'll be happy with his first 20 here. Yusuf Safri takes quickly towards Carl Robinson, and it's just wide of Neil Alexander's post. He's furious. Well, Yusuf Safri took the ball quickly, inquired with the referee if he was allowed to do so, picked out Carl Robinson, and his first time left foot shot was just wide of the post. A little bit of afters there with Lee Croft, but it's Robert Earnshaw who's profited. He's away here, opens himself up and gets the shot in, but again Neil Alexander's matches it.
6 points out of 6. Peter Grant off to a flyer.
First half, excellent. Thought we passed it, we moved it, we played with great energy, we put Cardiff on the back foot, all the things we wanted to do. Second half, done exactly what I said at half time not to do, and so I was very disappointed in that. But in saying that, maybe I'm trying to make everything perfect, as you say, within a week, and that's not the case.
Next up, the Carling Cup. Third round trip to Port Vale. No goals in the opening 90 minutes, nor indeed extra time. Dion Dublin going as close as anyone with the header there. But it was on to the dreaded penalty shootout. First, Carl Robinson, missing City's first. Paul Gallagher then saved from Richard Walker. Up stepped Peter Thorne. 1-0 Norwich. And then another save from Gallagher. Next, Jason Shackle saw his efforts saved. And Paul Harsley pulled Vale level, 1-1 now. Robert Eagle hit the bar. Danny Whitaker gave Vale the initiative, 2-1, all of which meant Dion Dublin had to score. No problem, 2-2. Now it's Jeff Smith with a chance to win it. 3-2 Port Vale, City's Carling Cup run over. Penalties then doing for Norwich, and come the weekend it was back to the Potteries for the trip to Stoke, where Peter Grant's honeymoon spell came down to earth with a bump, or 5 of them rather. Lee Hendry starting the rout midway through the first half. Ricardo Fuller then enjoyed a little more freedom than ideal to smash past New City keeper Jamie Ashdown from close range. 2-0 at the break. Ashdown's afternoon then went from bad to worse, bringing down future City signing Luke Chadwick. Penalty to Stoke, red card to Ashdown. Substitute Paul Gallagher beaten from the spot, 3-0. Goal number 4 came from Chadwick himself, clearly doing enough to impress Peter Grant. The winger would become the Scots' first signing within 3 weeks. Not before a former Canary completed City's misery. Darryl Russell with Stoke's 5th. All in all, not a good week in the Potteries. Carrow Road next for the first of 2 back-to-back home games, starting with newly promoted Colchester United.
Chris Iwelumo's flick on, good effort first time. Paul Gallagher recalled to the starting lineup and having to make an important save with seconds on the clock. Superb left-footed volley. And what a start that would have been for Colchester. Now Curitan in between 2 defenders at the moment. He's got space on the outside, went for goal himself. Jamie Curitan almost striking. There's a nice flick on by Iwelumo. He had 2 defenders to beat. Decided to go for goal, and he wasn't far away, was he? Brown's header, only as far as Jurgen Collin. Use of Saffold, closed down by Izzet, who gets a foot in. No foul, says the referee. Curitan goes for goal again and again. Gallagher's extended twice in the first 15 minutes. Jamie Curitan again going from range. It was a good play by Izzet in the first place, and that was a fine effort. It's a good save. It's what the Norwich fans like to see on the touchline. The manager remonstrating, gesticulating, shouting to his players, and they've seen enough of that. Barker then will try a long throw. Iwelumo's header. Izzet. Jackson! Good save by Gallagher. Curitan, it's in! No celebration from Jamie Curitan. It was set up by Carl Dugan, and Curitan, against his own club, takes the applause but doesn't celebrate. Colchester have the lead. Norwich are incensed that the linesman's flag hasn't got up. There's a long throw from Barker. Iwelumo did ever so well to tee it up. Izzet teed it up for Jackson. Great save. And then Dugan just played it in there, and Curitan, unmarked in the centre, was able to steer it home. Norwich appealing for offside, but Jamie Curitan has given Colchester the lead. 2 going up for the same ball, away by Halford, only as far as a 2-who. Good ball. Huckabee faced by Halford. Halford does enough, just gets a foot in. Huckabee again. A 2-who. Clear sight and goal! For the second home game running, he pulls out a cracker, Dixon, a 2-who. And the Barkley end celebrate after this absolute cracker-jack of an effort. Aidan Davison at full stretch couldn't get anywhere near it. Fierce effort from Dixon, a 2-who. It's all square. 2-who. Hughes, who's drifted out. 2 coming across. One of them's Duguid. Robinson. Drury. Huckabee. Faced by Halford again. Nice play by Huckabee. That's a good cross. Up goes Dublin. Close. Not close enough. Patient build-up by Norwich. Good cross from Huckabee. And it was Brown against Dublin. Dublin won it. Couldn't get it on target. Referee says that's a foul by Baldwin on Dion Dublin. And this is real danger now for Colchester as Aidan Davison sorts out his wall. It's quite congested on the edge of the box. David Gallagher, for some reason, is quite happy. Earnshaw's free kick! A whisker away.
A happy return for Jamie Curitan then, another to make his mark with the City coaching staff. Come the weekend, Roy Keane's upwardly mobile Sunderland were the visitors.
Ball launched long, looking for Brown. Swung into the danger area. Two who had to get it away. Shot coming in. Good save by Gallagher. David Connolly back in the side after injury, almost making a perfect start for Sunderland with 2 minutes on the clock. Good save by Gallagher. Ison, Nyatanga, York, long way from goal. Lawrence, faced by Drury. It was Drury. Away by Huckabee. Mopped up though by Caldwell. Drury's there though before Lawrence. Huckabee keeps it in and plays a super ball to McVeigh. And now a chance for Robert Earnshaw. He's been quiet for the last 2 games. He hasn't scored in 4, but Robert Earnshaw reaches double figures for the season. No smiles yet from the manager, but he must be mightily relieved inside. Robert Earnshaw gives Norwich City the lead. It was swift, it was incisive. Great pass by Huckabee in the first place to release McVeigh. Superb pass for Earnshaw, and that is as good a finish as you're going to see. Beautifully struck across Ward into the corner. Corner kick then, Lawrence. As Sunderland try and camp in the Norwich half for a little bit longer. Away by Dublin. Headed by Ledbetter. Lawrence is in there. Still with Lawrence. He's got to tee it up for someone. Ledbetter's shot's blocked. Dwight York. And laid back for Daryl Murphy, and it was blocked by you-know-who. And he's there again. Ledbetter. Lawrence. Good pressure here. Up goes the heads! Chris Brown was a whisker away from an equaliser. Cross from Lawrence, and it was a super header.
So Norwich back to winning ways and looking to build on that as they headed to another of the promotion favourites, newly relegated West Brom, where it was a case of many happy returns for former Baggy striker Rob Earnshaw. City's Welsh international starting and ending the move that clinched the only goal of the game. Successive 1-0 wins in the Midlands, this coming less than a month after the victory at St Andrews, and especially sweet here for Earnshaw.
I think in general play, we played very well. So we were very disciplined what we had to do. Defenders had to defend when they had to defend. You know, they did hit the bar, they did hit the post. But I think anything other than the 3 points, I'd have been very disappointed with our all-round play.
Norwich then in buoyant mood. 13 points from Grant's first 6 league games. Promotion form by any standards. The Canaries closing in on the top 6 as they prepared for the first big East Anglian derby of the season at Portman Road. New signing Luke Chadwick making his debut.
Huckabee sadly testing the defence, and it's Chadwick! Luke Chadwick on his debut for Norwich City gives them the lead in the East Anglian derby.
Huckabee picks it up, just puts it in an area. Look, the defensive work's just not good, and if you can't do that, you just cannot put it sideways. You have to try and hook it clear. You do anything but what they do here. Look at that, that's a nothing defensive manoeuvre. And Chadwick says, thank you very much, I'll have a bit of that. A simple tapping, he won't score an easier one, but that is very poor, naive defending.
What a weekend it's been for him. What a week it's been for him. This is Roberts, a neat turn to try and open things up. Legwinski, he's won it back. Now Gary Roberts. Can Ipswich find a breakthrough before half-time? Into Legwinski! Silva, Legwinski levels things up.
Determination there. Does well Roberts. Doesn't panic. Lovely ball in by Clark. Look at that. Quality finish from Legwinski. Roberts does well. He stays on side. Clark, then he sees the ball into Legwinski. Good first touch. Terrific finish.
Both goals in the first half. It's bubbled in fascinating style in the second. Ebbed and flowed. Ipswich probably just ahead on points, but just sense there might be a stinging climax in here somewhere. Haynes, that's bounced off Richards. He does well to toe it out to Roberts. In towards Lee. Oh, it's in by Haynes!
Danny Haynes off the bench for Ipswich Town to put them in front in the derby.
You get a little bit of luck with the ball out, Richards. It goes through the legs. But look at the quality of the ball. It attacks it well, gets in between. That's a terrific header. It's only his second touch, but it's the quality of the ball that makes the goal possible. Took Luke Chadwick right into the hoardings there. Taking no prisoners there whatsoever. Landed really awkwardly on the side and into the hoardings. He's not faking that. Look at this for a full-blooded challenge. It lands really awkwardly.
But while first indications suggested a shoulder injury, Chadwick in fact suffered serious knee damage in that challenge and would be out of action for several weeks.
Haynes back for Richards. The block by Shackle. Haynes looking for a second. Oh, what a goal!
Danny Haynes has exploded onto the scene in the East Anglian derby. He's come off the bench to win it for Ipswich Town.
13 points then from 21 so far. What's been your overall assessment?
Can do much with it. I think the day sums it up. We can go to places like West Brom and Birmingham and win. We fancied ourselves coming to Ipswich today. But it just shows you've got to play well every time. You've got to do the basics well every game. And if you don't do them well, we'll suffer badly. And we suffered badly today.
Disappointment at Portman Road, but a chance to make up lost ground with 2 home games in just 4 days. Hull City next to visit Carrow Road.
Earnshaw. Good vision. Eagle. He's got McVeigh through the centre. And Huckabee on the far side. Huckabee first time! Almost a brilliant goal. But it's a great ball there from Eagle. He had 2 options. He had McVeigh in the centre. He chose Huckabee on the far side. First time hit. Nice play by Eagle. Tuhu. Robinson. Marnie's there first, but it may fall kindly for Eagle, which it has done. Great first touch. Great first ball, should I say, by Eagle, but Earnshaw's touch wasn't productive enough. Trying to play it first time, but it was straight to Myhill. That good sharp thinking there from Robert Eagle. Fagan, Forster. Oh, chance here. Marnie's shot was blocked by Drury. Fagan. Oh, deflection! Oh, hit the post! Well, would you believe it? The first shot was blocked from Marnie, and then off the ricochet from the clearance by Drury, Fagan inadvertently hits the post. Challenge coming in again from Marnie, who disagrees with again the referee. Twice he's been pulled up for challenges like that. Good header by Thorne. Back forward by McVeigh, and Earnshaw's in there and scores! In a blink of an eye, Robert Earnshaw breaks the deadlock with less than 20 minutes left. But Robert Earnshaw, in a blink of an eye, gives Norwich the lead. It was Thorne's good play in the first place. McVeigh kept it alive, and Earnshaw does what he does best, and that just latches onto any opportunity. Still time though with Hull in possession. Elliott. Looking for the far side. Ryan Francis got up there. Oh, lovely back heel. And there's the equaliser out of nothing. Michael Turner is equalised for Hull City. It was Elliott's cross in the first save. Ryan Francis, one of the smallest players on the field, got the header in. It was flicked on, and the volley from Turner, who was pushed in to help with the attack, has equalised.
Well, Peter Grant had a few choice words for Norwich supporters after that match, urging them to get right behind their team ahead of the midweek visit of Leicester.
Now, a chance for his team and the fans, perhaps, to deliver tonight. So then, corner for Norwich. Robinson takes. Headed away. I think Shackle was prevented from jumping. He can jump now. Headed away, though, again. Shot coming in from Dion Dublin. He wants a corner, he doesn't get it, but twice the aerial threat in the penalty area was tested, and the volley from Dion Dublin only just going over it. It looked as though he got a touch from the keeper. Referee says that's a foul by Shackle. Again, it's Danny Teato who's interested with the free kick. Plenty of movement. McCarthy! Paddy McCarthy gives Leicester the lead. Fantastic goal. And Leicester, well, it had been coming, I suppose you could say, but it was a soft goal. And Shackle didn't pick him up. And Paddy McCarthy was able to head home past Lee Camp. He got a piece of it, but not able to keep it out. His second of the season, and Leicester have the lead. But Norwich do have a corner. Robinson takes. Up go the head. Should be a goal, and it isn't. Headed over by Peter Thorne. It was Robinson with the corner. Atuhu and Thorne was up there as well, and the free header, in fact it was Shackle was up there, and it was a free header from Thorne. Huckabee. Faced by Stearman again. What's a tasty little ball, headed by Robinson! The perfect time to score! And Carl Robinson answers the Norwich faithful with the equaliser just before half-time. No celebration from the Welshman, probably still upset at the fact that he's got to serve a suspension. But it was an excellent cross from Darren Huckabee in the first place to find him at the far post. Strong header beyond Logan, off the bar and in. Robinson. Earnshaw couldn't latch onto that one. It was Kisnorbo who watched it. Maybe will clear his lines, not very effectively. Robinson has a second bite of the cherry. Nice flick on by Huckabee, and Earnshaw couldn't beat him, and Thorne's shot goes wide on the follow-up. Darren Huckabee's back heel almost releasing Earnshaw, and Earnshaw was probably wondering how he didn't score. Lovely back heel, Earnshaw's shot well saved by Logan, the follow-up by Thorne just drifting a foot wide of a target. McCarthy. Goes Hume, now low, away by Andy Hughes, picked up though by Kisnorbo. Oh, it's dispossessed by Safri. Now a chance to release Earnshaw, who's got pace to burn. Robert Earnshaw! Opportunity a couple of moments ago. This time he makes no mistake. It was a mistake by Kisnorbo, dispossessed by Safri. Lovely through ball, and Earnshaw away like a flash, and that was a fantastic finish. Kisnorbo, poor ball, and then Earnshaw was on it like a flash from Safri's pass. Now Huckabee, faced by Porter. Huckabee away from one. Taking on Hughes. Lovely floated ball in, and Earnshaw's header goes straight to Logan. Bristling stuff from Norwich. Huckabee doing what he does best, taking on defenders, floating in the cross. Earnshaw's header couldn't beat Logan. Ituhu bustling forward. Eagle faced by two, was outnumbered. Now Earnshaw with a chance here to finish it. Good save. Oh, it's an own goal, is it? I think Robert Earnshaw will claim. But that should be game, set and match. 3-1 to Norwich City. And the fans who sang and sang are singing some more.
Into December now, and a swift return against Sunderland, most definitely on the up now under Roy Keane, and exacting some revenge against the Canaries, whereas City were a trifle fortunate to take all 3 points, the only goal at Carrow Road. Here Sunderland had the rub of the green, swiftly converting defence into attack, countering with a neat move which ended with Daryl Murphy on the turn, hitting a worthy match winner from the edge of the box. 1-0 Sunderland. Back to Carrow Road and Sheffield Wednesday.
Tudgay finding Burton. Challenge from Dion Dublin, who twice gets a foot in, but Wednesday still have it. Brunt. Spur. Only two in the penalty area to aim for. One of them is Tudgay, and Spur! Tommy Spur almost thought he scored his first goal for Wednesday. Nice link up with Tudgay, and it may have come off the feet of the goalkeeper. Now then, McVeigh and Huckabee combining. Lovely ball from Huckabee. Andy Hughes with a chance! Andy Hughes thought the moment had come. It was Huckabee who found him. And Hughes in the inside right channel. Lunt with the free kick then for Wednesday. Looking for McLean. Tudgay, Brunt. Chested down by Burton, the volley coming in from Young. Oh, it's gone in, what a freak goal! What a freak goal! It was Bagheera's shot, which came off the crossbar and came down and trickled off the back of Lee Camp. And in a strange way, Sheffield Wednesday had taken the lead. Chris Brunt floated into the penalty area. Burton chested it down. Bagheera's shot off the bar and off the back of Camp, and it rolled agonisingly into the net. What an extraordinary way to concede a goal. Brunt. Whelan. Still danger here. It's a dangerous cross in, and Burton's there. He's made it two. Ends his goal drought. No celebrations. He'd gone 13 games without scoring. And all of a sudden, in 5 minutes, Norwich City's chances of getting something out of this game have all but disappeared. The cross coming in from Spur. It was Dion Dublin's mistake. It fell to Burton under pressure from Shackle, but he knew where the goal was. Norwich now, the time against them, have to claw 2 goals back. That's a foul by Tudgay. Robinson's going to take it. The referee wants Foley to get back 10 yards. Robinson's free kick. Up goes Dion Dublin, and it's back at it. What a response. And the switch to put Dion Dublin up front pays dividends, and pays dividends quickly. Robinson's free kick. Dublin at the far post and marked 2-1. Now we're in for a grandstand finish here. Norwich have that free kick. Dublin does well to find Huckabee. Can he find a killer ball? He tried his best. Robinson. And look, there's handball, is it? It is! Handball! Wednesday thought there might have been an offside. And in fact, the referee has trotted over to see Mr. Beck, and it is offside. The ball floated in from Huckabee. They looked as though McVeigh was in an offside position as Robinson headed it forward. It was Thorne's header which came off the hand of Bullen.
I think the penalty happened. I think they're 100% right. I think Paul maybe be offside. I've no qualms with that. But I think the handball was given before the ball went to Paul. That's my only query. And I asked the referee that. I have no problem. They'll make mistakes. We make mistakes. If I look at our performance today, I'd be saying we made a hell of a lot of mistakes. So if the referee makes one mistake in the game, hey, that's football.
A first home defeat for Peter Grant then. Next stop, St Mary's, where Southampton's rising star Gareth Bale was to prove a thorn in City's side, firing a warning shot to begin with an early free kick. But it was Norwich who took the lead, a move starting deep in the City half. Skipper Adam Drury making progress on the left. His cross headed out only as far as Rob Earnshaw on the edge of the box. And a clinical finish. Bottom right-hand corner. The Welshman with every reason to feel happy about his 14th goal of the season. Looking good for Norwich then, but there was another warning from that man Bale as he curled another free kick, dangerously close. But the youngster wasn't to be denied. A lethal finish just before half-time. Third time lucky. Can't say we weren't warned. Bale a constant threat at St Mary's, but it was from a Jermaine right corner that Norwich were undone midway through the second half. Kenwyn Jones beating Gallagher to the ball and heading home what proved to be the winner, 2-1 Southampton. And so into the busy Christmas schedule, 4 games in 10 days, starting at Molineux, where Peter Drury is our commentator.
Doherty launched it, McNamara away, Dixon Atuhu. Lee Croft worrying McNamara and hanging one up towards Dublin and down for Earnshaw, and Norwich lead at Molineux. Robert Earnshaw can't stop scoring. His 15th goal of this championship season. McIndoe concerning Hughes. He's given him a yard start and he's needed it. It's Andy Hughes, and he's used it well. And he's worked it out calmly. And ball against Croft. Quickly taken free kick. The referee's allowed it to go. This is Davis. And this is Kitely. Important challenge from Drury, and then hammered back in by Henry. Carl Henry, the man who profited. Norwich were standing still, Wolves got on with it, there were opportunities to clear, Kitely hammered it back in, it bounced back for Henry, and despite getting fists on it, Gallagher couldn't keep it out. Earnshaw's there, Huckabee, hung up towards Dublin, and Earnshaw, brilliant! That is a smashing goal from an on-fire striker. Huckabee's delivery, and then the same pair. Dublin rising, and Earnshaw flying through the air with the greatest of grace. And then splendid contact and precision. Kitely. Steered out only as far as Little. Wolves with plenty forward. Oh, what a hit that is from Jody Craddock. That's no centre-half's finish.
Another 2 points slipping away, back now to Carrow Road and the Boxing Day visit of Southend.
Looks for the header Dublin, but the throw falls short. And Matt Harrold's first touch is a poor one, and it's led in Dublin, who looks to find Earnshaw. And a fabulous save from Darryl Flahavan from his own defender. It's not clear yet, it's back with Earnshaw again. This one's deflected and Flahavan can take it more cleanly this time. Well, he's got every right to shout at his defence there. First of all, Matt Harrold with a poor ball, which Dion Dublin read well. Played it across, and it was Efe Sodje trying to put the ball behind for a corner. In it comes. Sodje away this time, but not too far. Shackle with a touch back in, and again he finds Dublin! But it was a well-struck volley. just too high from Dion Dublin. Robinson swung it in. A bit of head tennis between the centre-backs, and the ball eventually came to Dublin, who caught his volley very sweetly, but just couldn't keep it under the bar. Hughes trying to find Huckabee, and he's done so. Darren Huckabee has beaten Kevin Mayer here and gets into the box and shoots! And that's inches over the bar. Well, the pass looked to be too strong for Darren Huckabee, but he got there and tricked his way inside Kevin Mayer. And when he might have picked out a cross, he went for the shot to the far post and got it just too high. It's Lee Croft who's come across from the other wing. Huckabee gets the cross towards Dion Dublin, who heads it down. Darryl Flahaven just scrambling across to get hold of that ball.
Norwich then without a win in 5 as they prepare to round off the year with their final match of 2006 against Queen's Park Rangers.
4 players in the penalty area looking for this one. It's gone towards Furlong. Good save by Gallagher. Now Jones, well blocked by Shackle. Real pressure on the Norwich defence there, and they've got more defending to do. Lomas, Rowland, shot by Gallen, deflected. Paul Gallagher, as he showed in the corresponding game last year, having to produce an excellent save. It was Furlong's header, well blocked by the Scotsman. And then Ray Jones's shot was beautifully blocked by Shackle. Suffrey, lovely ball, Dublin's header was blocked, and a shot from Earnshaw was saved by Royce. He couldn't prevent the corner. First real clear shot on goal by Norwich. Fantastic strike by Earnshaw. Stewart, being invited to venture forward, then gives the ball away. Drury, Safri, over the top. Earnshaw with pace. Stewart battling back here and pushes him over. The referee's got to make a decision here. That should have been a penalty. Well, nothing given. Stewart, I think, was a little lucky to get away with that. No attempt to play the ball. He just made sure that Earnshaw didn't get the ball. Drury. But goes Stewart. Only falls as far as Earnshaw, who tees it up for Dion Dublin! The breakthrough at last! He has given Norwich City the lead. Good vision from Earnshaw. Lovely shot. Lovely finish by Dublin at full stretch. Simon Royce couldn't stop that one. Dublin. Oh, nice. Hughes, can he shoot here? He's going to find Darren Huckabee. Can he finish it? That was an opportunity. It was nice and neat on that right flank. Eventually it was Dublin who found Hughes, who in turn found Huckabee. He couldn't find the target. Furlong, the two who's got there first but doesn't claim the ball comfortably enough, and now Cook will go on a burst. It looks as though he's being pulled back, is he? Referee says play on. Cook still has it. In goes Colin to dispossess him, and now Norwich should be able to really attack here. Away goes Earnshaw. This could finish it. Stewart chasing back. Robert Earnshaw to finish it. Doesn't.
We got the chance at the end and we put it in the back of net, and we've won the game 1-0, so we're very, very pleased with that. But the all-round performance was much better, especially at home. You know, the performances away from home have been not too bad, but the ones at home have been pretty poor. And as I say, I'm delighted to win the game, but also the way we played.
And so into the new year and a trip to Selhurst Park, where a calamitous first half saw the Canaries concede 3 goals despite making a bright start. City's defence again found wanting with the high ball into the box. Mark Hudson heading home. Bad went to worse 3 minutes later as Gary Doherty was robbed near the halfway line with punishing consequences. Shefki Kuchi making it 2-0. Having hit the crossbar, Norwich then got a deserved break just before half-time. Yusuf Safri's free kick finding Carl Robinson, whose header was handled by Palace skipper Carl Fletcher. Penalty, said the referee, and undeterred by Palace's protests, Rob Earnshaw kept his head to make it 2-1. But no sooner had they got back into the game than City found themselves trailing by 2 goals again. Cucci turning provider this time, playing the ball back for Stuart Green to make it 3-1 at the break, and that's how it stayed, despite the best efforts of second-half substitute Dion Dublin. Palace then completing a league double. Come the following weekend, Norwich kicked off their FA Cup campaign with the tricky trip to non-league Tamworth, a banana skin in the waiting and a day for old heads to lead by example. Enter Dion Dublin, first a classic near-post diving header from the former finalist. 3 minutes later, Dublin nodded on for Darren Huckabee to make it 2-0. That soon became 3, courtesy of Huckabee again early in the second half. Banana skins duly avoided, Dublin stretched for his second and City's fourth. Tamworth's consolation, arguably the pick of the goals from Kyle Storer. 4-1 Norwich.
It wasn't the best pitch in the world. The weather wasn't great, and it was just a pure cup tie. So, we had to show that we could, battle, and we did that, and we came through.
A place in the 4th round duly booked. It was back to Championship action at Carrow Road and the visit of Plymouth Argyle.
Darren Huckabee, ghosted past his man. Here's McVeigh with a chance, and the 2-2 is blocked off the line. Looks as though he's just going to be side-footed in towards goal. And I have a feeling it's the young defender Sawyer who was on the line to block it. In fact, it was well blocked by the youngster. But Dixon Ituhu looked as though he was going to walk that into the goal. Promising position then for Norwich City. Will Safri go for goal, I wonder, with his players. Safri's free kick, he went for goal and he scored! A bolt from the blue in stoppage time here. Yusuf Safri breaks the deadlock and breaks his own goal ground himself. And the fans are appreciative of that. That caught everyone by surprise. And Safri and Peter Grant have a quiet word with each other. Well, everyone was looking for possibly a lofted free kick, but Safri drove it towards the near post. Maybe McCormick was too slow to move. Now, what is Peter Grant asking of his players? Dublin beaten by Sipe. Halmoshi intercepted by Jurgen Collin. Croft is onside. Lee Croft, good save by McCormick. Lovely ball forward by Jurgen Collin. McVeigh may have been in an offside position. Croft wasn't, and fired the shot in. Well watched by McCormick. Nallis against McVeigh. McVeigh was brave, and he's found a 2-2. Lovely threaded ball. Darren Huckabee on his left foot. Couldn't beat McCormick at his near post. But it's a nice incisive move. It was a 2-2 who threaded the ball through. Huckabee in full flight on his left. Just couldn't get his angles right. Hales. Through, Norris is onside here. Norris saw across the face of goal and behind his man. Hales is still keeping this alive though for Plymouth. Nallis into the danger area, away by Shackle, it's a corner. Swinging towards the far side, the shot coming in, and it's headed in by Hales! The equaliser for Plymouth, Barry Hales with his 9th of the season, and Norwich just couldn't get that corner away. The corner by Halmoshi was flicked on towards the far post. Bazaki had the shot, and it was turned in by Hales. Peter Grant must be a little bit exasperated, bearing in mind the pressure they were exerting for 5 minutes or so on the Plymouth defence, and then they concede a goal at a set piece. Now then, Bazaki for Plymouth. Akos Bazaki. Referee seeing that as a handball against Gary Doherty. Paul Gallagher has work to do here, so has the Norwich defence. A wall of 6. It's Bazaki. It's 2-1! His first goal of the season, Akos Bazaki. We knew he was dangerous at these set pieces. And Plymouth have turned it around. Right-footed, driven in, over the wall. And Gallagher at full stretch couldn't get near it. Hales has got between 2 defenders. He needs some help. Gets it from Hodges. Bazaki, Lillian Nallis, he can hit from distance. Referee says that's a foul by Dublin. Me, says Dublin. Yes, you, says the referee. Lillian Nallis brought crashing down by Dublin. He's going to shape himself up for a shot, and then he was crowded out by 2 and then brought down by the 3rd. Another free kick in a similar position to where they conceded the 2nd goal. And again, it's a huge wall in front of Gallagher. Bazaki takes again, and again! Has it gone in? No, off the line. Well, no, the linesman has given it. It's another goal for Plymouth, again from the free kick. It was deemed to have crossed the line. And having gone so long without scoring, Bazaki scored twice. Here's the free kick, off the bar and over the line. The linesman was absolutely spot on.
Off to the seaside next, a 4th round FA Cup trip to Blackpool, where Darren Huckabee was again on the score sheet, giving Norwich in white the lead on the stroke of half-time. But in-form Blackpool hit back with Ian Everett's second-half header to earn a deserved replay at Carrow Road, 1-1. The return would have to wait a couple of weeks though. Next, it was midweek action at Carrow Road with a visit of Wolves.
Asking Darren Huckabee to chase. He's gone in front of his man. Huckabee. Oh, caught. Linesman has signalled. And Jackie McNamara is in trouble. Nigel Miller has to show a card. The question is, what colour will it be? It looks as though Jackie McNamara's got away with it. The fans are calling for him to be sent off. It's just a yellow. Still a moment of danger though for Norwich here to exploit. 2 players just closest to the ball. It's Huckabee and Safri. Huckabee plays it short. Safri drives one! Good save by Murray. Well struck by the Moroccan, well kept out by Murray. Huckabee teeing it up for Yusuf Safri, who scored from a free kick situation in the last home game. Very close to repeating it today. Safri takes. Towards a near post, Robinson was there. Huckabee away from Kitely. Closed down by Keogh. Lovely ball. Drury, can he deliver with a cross? He can! And Murray at full stretch got it away. Only far away. Good save again. Wasn't far away at all, the clearance. And Robinson trying to take full advantage of that. It was Drury who found space. A great cross in the penalty area. It's Murray cut out. And the clearance only went as far as Robinson, who hit it first time on the volley. Well saved by Murray again. A 2-2, no foul, says the referee. Henry thought he was brought down. Now Huckabee, faced by Breen. Or should I say Collins. Still with Darren Huckabee, can he pull it back? Oh! Murray didn't know anything about that. And again, Peter Thorne didn't quite hit it with enough conviction, but it's still Norwich pressure.
Carrow is in the city stand.
Drury. Atuhu. Can Norwich continue this pressure and get it a goal in? Good ball by Croft. Colin, pull back, Huckabee! Great save by Murray! It looked a nailed-on goal, didn't it? And Wolves are living on their nerves at the moment. Nice ball to Huckabee, faced by Collins. Huckabee's done well. Good pull back and away by Breen. Drury now. Away by Olifinjana, only as far as Darren Huckabee. Shot is blocked. Chance for Croft. Oh, what a moment! Well, he won't have a more presentable chance than that tonight, I dare say. Good play by Huckabee. The shot was blocked straight to Croft, and with the outside of his right boot skewed wide. Thorne, lovely ball back to Huckabee. Good ball in, Atuhu! They shall not pass, says Matt Murray. Dixon Atuhu, the latest to be denied by the Wolves keeper. He had a glorious chance, and Murray, at full stretch, just turned it away. Hughes, Thorne again. Good challenge coming in by Olifinjana. Little. Kitely is onside. Only Keogh in the box. Oh, it's behind him, but it may fall to Henry. Off the post, and in by Kitely. And after all the pressure that Norwich had exerted in the first half, they've suffered the sucker punch. And it all stemmed from two breaks that they had. The shot eventually from Henry came off the post, and it fell ever so easily for Kitely, who created the problems in the first place with that drag back. Shot from Henry comes off the post, and Kitely puts the finishing touch in. Michael Kitely's third goal of the season. Mick McCarthy will be a slightly more relieved person now. Wolves, the 10 men of Wolves, should I say, as well, hanging on at the moment. Huckabee, good burst, away from Little, and cleared off the line. Good defending. I think it was Edwards again. Good burst by Huckabee, he beat Murray, and he just got himself in front of the ball. Did Rob Edwards. Safri. Jurgen Collin, what a moment this could be if he could score! Just a foot wide. He's never scored for Norwich. This was a moment for him. Driven right-footed, couple of feet wide.
If you dominate in games like that, you expect to score. But always the thing is, we've got an Achilles heel, we always look like losing one as well. And that's a problem, because if teams get 2 chances and we get 30 chances, that tells you something.
A hugely disappointing defeat left City staring a little anxiously over their shoulders as bottom of the table Leeds United arrived at Carrow Road.
Kendall's header. Robbie Blake surrounded by yellow and green, and it's tucked in by the youngster, Jonathan Howson. What a moment for the youngster. His first goal for Leeds. It was incisive, it started with a long kick. Kendall won the header very well, and Robbie Blake, good vision to pick out the youngster, and he steered it past Marshall. Safri. Well, Douglas has got a foot in, but Safri recovers. Dublin. Croft, nice flick on. Brown, can he get there? He's got in front of Rui Marquez, who slowed him up. Now Lappin. faced by Howson. His cross is deflected and should find its way to Sullivan. The bounce beat him. It's a corner. Simon Lappin not afraid to cross when he gets the opportunity, and this was an opportunity he created for himself. Howson got a foot in and the bounce beat him. Safri's cross. Dion Dublin! The equaliser for Norwich City from Dion Dublin. And that has brightened the atmosphere and brightened it quite away. Dion Dublin with the equaliser. He stayed up, but after the corner looked as though it was cleared by the Leeds defence. Safri's cross, only half-headed away by Rui Marquez, fell beautifully for Dublin, who volleyed it with interest. Safri's cross, it was Marquez with the header, superb technique, and it's 1 each. It's the goal scorer for Norwich today. He has some defending to do now. It's a corner. Robbie Blake, Alan Thompson. I thought he was going to shoot with his left foot. Away by Dublin, not very far. Back in by Rui Marquez again. Dublin gets it away, this time with a bit more distance. Forward towards Croft, and Huckabee keeps his line. He's only got Martin for company. Darren Huckabee! Tremendous goal! Tremendous goal from Darren Huckabee. Relief for him as well. It's his 7th of the season. And struck with his left foot. Brilliant goal from Darren Huckabee against his former club, and then he takes the chagrin from the referee, but this was beautifully controlled and brilliantly finished from Darren Huckabee across Sullivan into the far corner. Fraser Richardson couldn't keep up with him, and Darren Huckabee scores his 7th of the season. Unfortunately, he picks up his 4th yellow card. Is that a face of contentment, I wonder? Good defending by Norwich, but they still have more defending to do. Leeds still have possession, and they've got plenty of white shirts forward. Dion Dublin away. Huckabee. Safri. Huckabee away. Rui Marquez is chasing back. Darren Huckabee could finish it here. So close. He got away and tucked away one opportunity with his left. This time it was with his right. It was Safri who set him away. Rui Marquez was straining to keep up with him, and the shot across Sullivan went the wrong side of the post, but via a touch by Sullivan, it's a corner. McVeigh. Hughes. Now Fotheringham. Looking for Dublin, free header. Here's a chance for Dixon, a 2-2! Good block by Sullivan. Now, is this a back pass, I wonder? Challenge coming in from Martin. Referee says play on. Time running out for Leeds. Norwich have to just stay disciplined. They've won it back. Huckabee. Faced by 2. Got past both of them. Huckabee against Marquez, he's gone for goal! Off the post this time!
See me jumping about like a maniac at the side of the pitch is because he started to play like the crowd, and you can't play like the crowd. You've got to be in control. You know, you've got to understand what your job is. Don't let it all go away because something goes against you. I thought the third leg get their just rewards, you know, and it would have been a total injustice if we'd have lost the game or even dropped a point in the game, you know, 2 points in the game. So very, very pleased with them. I thought they showed a lot of character. There's a lot of things we have to still work on.
10 days later, a classic night of FA Cup football at Carrow Road. The 4th round replay against Blackpool, with a trip to Chelsea awaiting the winners.
Forbes. Blackpool have got enough numbers up front here. to be heading away from danger by Dublin with Vernon lurking. Teasing cross from Forbes. And Vernon was trying to get there. Dublin made sure he didn't. There's a signal. At the near post, it's turned in! The captain has given Blackpool the lead. Michael Jackson. The set piece works wonders for Blackpool. The corner to the near post. Jackson, unmarked, and was able to steer his header at the near post. Brown was trying to stop him, but Michael Jackson's second goal of the season could be oh so crucial. Blackpool have the lead. It's Norwich 0, Blackpool 1. 1984 was the last time Blackpool beat a side above them in the FA Cup. Huckabee shot! Connected well, just got under it slightly. The corner only half cleared by Blackpool. Good effort there by Huckabee. Free kick. 2 to aim for. There goes Dublin. Brought away though by Fox, and he can release Keegan Parker. Keegan Parker against Jurgen Collin. Got to take him on. That was a great opportunity from Keegan Parker, and he was forced to take on Collin, who got across very, very quickly. David Marshall came out to make it difficult as well, and he wasn't able to find the target. Norwich is in trouble of going out of it here. Good save there by Marshall. And Keegan Parker's had 2 presentable opportunities today. Marshall has denied him the second. Good play by Houlihan to release Parker. Inside left channel, couldn't beat Marshall. That's a super ball to release Huckabee. He's on to collect it. And will now take on Barker. Still with Darren Huckabee. Nicely played into Martin. Across the face of goal, off the post by Atuhu. Brown's cross is blocked. Southern. Blackpool under pressure. Houlihan though finds Southern again. Challenge coming in from Safri. Referee says play on. And then that's an ugly challenge from Southern on Safri. And I think he's going to be booked as well. He's just come back from a suspension. Now he's booked again. But Dixon and Atuhu was inches away from an equaliser. Great play from Huckabee, and then from Martin, whose shot was diverted off the feet of Atuhu and off the right upright as far as Rhys Evans concerned. Norwich trying to step it up. Houlihan's trying to kick with him. Now Drury, Huckabee to his left, faced by Forbes. He's got away from him. Still with Huckabee. A super goal from Darren Huckabee to pull Norwich level. It's raining and the goals have started coming for Norwich. Darren Huckabee milks the applause. Darren Huckabee picking the ball up from Adam Drury. He got away from Forbes and his shot dipped and swerved and scraped away from Rhys Evans. Right footed and swerving away. Darren Huckabee's 8th goal of the season, worthy of winning any tie. At the moment it's got them level. More pressure on the Blackpool goal. Safri takes it. Oh, on Martin's header! Oh, disallowed for a push. Unbelievable. And Chris Martin is aghast. He cannot believe the goal's been disallowed. It was Martin, this was Safri's cross. Martin was up there. There's no one. Well, unbelievable. I am absolutely flabbergasted that the decision's gone against him. Hughes. Atuhu. Safri. Drury. Huckabee away from the touchline. Barker's trying to keep up with him. Illegally, says the referee. With a Norwich free kick. And it's quickly taken. Huckabee taken on Hughes. Oh! He's done it again! Adrian Forbes was powerless to stop it, and Darren Huckabee has made it 2-1. And it was cute from Safri, played it while the referee's back was turned, but this was all Darren Huckabee's own work. And Blackpool were completely and utterly unorganised. Darren Huckabee watched it all the way. Jorgensen. Oh, there's a good volley coming in, and it's tipped over by Marshall. Keegan Parker testing his fellow Scot. And he had to stretch and dip and arch and tip it away. Fox with the corner. Flicks on the near post and turned in! It's Barker who scores! Sean Barker's 4th goal of the season. Simon Grayson has a smile on his face, and the Norwich fans can't quite believe it. Another goal from a set piece. It was Fox who took it. It was flicked on at the near post and diverted towards goal. And Sean Barker was unmarked. Oh, Norwich should have got that away. Safri. Played in by Hughes, but away by Blackpool defence. Dublin launches one in, headed away this time by Jackson. Drury, faced by Jorgensen. Oh, I was going to say that's confident. Oh, and it's blocked there before Brown could get it, and it's turned in by Chris Martin. Would you believe it? The youngster has put Norwich in front, and that was kamikaze defending by Blackpool.
City's reward 4 days later, the trip to Stamford Bridge, where Premiership champions Chelsea enjoyed the kind of luck that would see them go all the way to the new Wembley. Dixon Ituhu's effort coming back off the post, Lee Croft denied from the rebound. Then further proof this would be the Blues' day as Sean Wright Phillips' shot took a deflection past Paul Gallagher. Gallagher on for the injured David Marshall. Chelsea bagging further second half goals from Didier Drogba, Michael Essien and Andrea Shevchenko. The general consensus, though, 4-0, flattering the Blues.
Very disappointed with the result, obviously, because we wanted to still be in the cup. But coming here and putting on a performance like that, I'm delighted.
A case of what might have been, perhaps, had Dixon Ituhu's effort gone in at Stamford Bridge. Never mind, time to concentrate on the league. Peter Grant forced to make a handful of changes at Deepdale.
Nugent finds the feet of Pavel Pergl. It's a good effort, and it's a fantastic goal by the debutant. The ex-Sparta Prague man has proved his worth within half an hour here at Preston North End. A superb debut goal for the Czech player. That's a good ball forward, looking for Paul McKenna. Finds him. McKenna tries to play the ball forward. Foot in, dispossesses, but Wilson's there. Back to McKenna, and sharp play by Preston down the right-hand side. Opens things up. Wilson back to McKenna. Into Dicchio, and there's the second. Lovely passing play from Preston North End, opening up Norwich City. And there's Danny Dicchio with his 5th goal of the season, slotting it into the corner to make it Preston North End 2, Norwich City 0. Good ball into space for on that left-hand side, Brown to exploit. He's into the area, he's done well, he pulls it back. There's an opportunity here for Norwich. It's a good right-footed effort against the post. Denied Lee Croft. Corner swung in, and it comes in, and it's a goal for Norwich City. They found a way back in. It was Sackle arriving, and Jason Shackle has given Norwich City a lifeline.
But Shackle's goal, not enough. City beaten 2-1 and again needing points to avoid getting sucked into the danger zone as they took on Coventry at Carrow Road.
Wing. Kyle. Hughes manages to find Edebola. And now Tab. And J-Tab has scored! J-Tab's first goal for Coventry. It was a slow build-up. It was Hughes with the thrust ball forward. He took an injury, but J-Tab was onto that layoff by Edebola like a flash and was able to turn the ball in despite the attempts of Gallagher. Kyle. Oh, Tuhu does well to get a foot in him to bring it away for Norwich. And he's found Huckerby. Martin in acres of space. Only 3 to aim for at the far side. Martin, good pull back. Oh, turned wide by Fotheringham. Great move by Norwich City. Probably the best, brightest moment of the game overall. Martin involved after being released by Huckerby. Looked for Fotheringham. He couldn't find the target. Oh, and Tab was caught. And now Norwich can break here. Croft. He's only got 3 for company though. Still with Lee Croft. Now Darren Huckerby. Referee says play on. Huckerby's curler. He was successful against Leeds, but not on this occasion. Great run by Croft to set up Huckerby. And he just got his angles just the wrong side there. Clearance again by Ward, only as far as Fotheringham. He releases Martin. A few options at the moment, but Martin's prepared to go on the run. Still with Martin, and still! Oh, good save by Marshall. Great run by Chris Martin. Not afraid to have a go as well. Martin, meanwhile, lays it into the path of Huckerby. He's got a lot to do. He's going to do it on his own. Ward is across. And the challenge is oh, wow. The challenge was a lazy one, and Huckerby has been booked for diving. Well, here it is again. Make your minds up here. Ward trying to get a challenge in. There was certainly contact. He certainly didn't play the ball. And the decision goes against Darren Huckerby. Not only that, he gets booked. Elliot Ward. Well, I think he got lucky. Oh, Hawkins with a mistake, and Huckerby's got around him this time. He's got Martin on the far side. The response is instant. A moment ago, Norwich were bemoaning that Luckman didn't get a penalty. In a split second, they're level. And once again, it's Darren Huckerby involved. A long ball, missed by Hawkins. Huckerby, speed of thought. And then he found Martin with an exquisite pass. Huckerby's ball, and it was well finished by the youngster. His second goal for Norwich City. They've both come here at Carrow Road. It's one apiece. Huckerby. Wing trying to get in. Away by Osborne. Well watched by Doherty. Croft. Martin couldn't get there. McVeigh may well do. Paul McVeigh with a chance to tee something up for Huckerby! And he's blocked again by Wing! And a superb save by Marshall to make sure it didn't go in. Still the pressure on. Lappin's shot is blocked. And Coventry will bring it away.
Boys have been good to me. They're encouraging me all the time, giving me the confidence to go and play my stuff. Without that, the few comments here and there, maybe my head would go down. But no, they've been great.
Chris Martin making his mark, and certainly one for the future. But right now, it was the present that mattered, as Norwich headed to Kenilworth Road and fellow strugglers Luton. Crucial match this, the Hatters looking to drag City into the relegation dogfight, and ominous signs as Norwich conceded an early goal. Bjorn Lundstrom from close range, 1-0. Last season, City conceded 4 in a disastrous first half here at Kenilworth Road, of course, but there was to be no repeat this time. Town made to pay for squandering possession in midfield. Once again, young Chris Martin belying his youth with an exquisite finish to pull City level. 1-1 midway through the first half. No sooner had the second half got underway than Norwich found themselves behind again in calamitous circumstances. Paul Gallagher off his line, well and truly stranded. Drew Talbot nodding his thanks, and the Hatters second. 2-1. Given the implications of a defeat here, this was a time for Norwich to stand up and be counted. And to be fair, they did just that, launching a stirring fight back. Jason Shackle getting a decisive touch to Yusuf Safri's free kick to make it 2-2. In all fairness, a draw might have been as much as Norwich deserved on the night, but with 90 minutes on the clock, they won a free kick on the edge of the Luton area. Lee Croft sent tumbling. Up stepped Simon Lappin, and a perfectly struck shot in off the underside of the crossbar, clinching an unlikely but oh so important victory. 3-2 Norwich. Lappin's stunning free kick, arguably the most important goal of City's season, going a long way towards banishing any lingering relegation fears as Luton headed for the drop, with Mike Newell soon to depart Kenilworth Road.
It shows the group of boys we have, and Simon Lappin produced a moment of magic, but it wasn't by default because he works at that in training, he practices it every day, and he's got his just rewards today.
It was a great 3 points, a very, very difficult place to come. We knew how hard it was going to be, and it proved that way. And to show the character we did to come back and win the game, especially being behind twice, we're absolutely delighted.
Buoyed by that excellent comeback, City headed for Barnsley and promptly carried on where they'd left off at Luton, surprising the struggling Yorkshire side with 3 first-half goals. The first, an absolute corker from Darren Huckabee, his 10th of the season. City doubled their lead midway through the first half. Huckabee again involved, his ball in, eventually finding its way to Lee Croft via Chris Martin and Mark Fotheringham. 2-0. And having asserted their authority, Norwich took full control with a well-worked third. Yusuf Safri winning the ball in midfield. Strong run from Croft. Martin's perfect crossfield ball to Huckabee, who in turn found the City youngster with a pinpoint cross, which Martin duly converted. 3-0, Norwich cruising, although Barnsley did manage to get a goal back on the stroke of half-time through Istvan Ferenczi. Tykes threatened occasionally after the break, but City goalkeeper number 5 of the season, Tony Warner, was in fine form, making his debut on loan from Fulham. Final score 3-1, and a second league double in as many games for Norwich. Well, that 6-point haul in less than a week certainly lifted any pressure on the Canaries, but there would be a stern test 3 days later as playoff-chasing Derby County visited Carrow Road.
Chris Martin chasing this one. Leacock's coming across. Martin, lovely ball. Croft is behind McEverley. Good save by Bywater. Martin can't finish. Neither can Fotheringham. Exciting play there by Norwich. Croft almost had a second chance, but Lee Croft forcing a save out of Stephen Bywater. Great play by Chris Martin, first of all to hold it up, and then playing Croft behind McEverley, but Bywater covered his near post reasonably well. Fotheringham's shot saved by Bywater as well. Free kick's been taken. Away there by Oakley. Lappin has to go on a run himself. Martin, oh, lovely skill by Martin! Good save by Bywater, and he did it in the second attempt. And again, Norwich's chance is gone. It was Lappin who played it through to him, but this skill was brilliant. Collected it, turned away from his man, superb strike, and Bywater almost lost it there. The two who couldn't take it with him. Atmosphere building. Lappin's throw for Norwich City. Still 0-0 here. Martin. Good effort! He's the golden boy, all right. Chris Martin, 5th of the season, breaks the deadlock. the box. He drove it towards the near post. Maybe Bywater was expecting a shot across him, but Chris Martin makes it 5 goals from 5 starts, and his fledgling Norwich career is certainly taking off. Barnes, Teal in front of him. Barnes decides just to win the throw, conceded by Safri. Quickly taken, Jones is unmarked. Oh, that's a good effort! Oh, he had 2 attempts which didn't get close enough, but that one found its target. So another young star shows what it's like to find his way to goal. That is an excellent strike. Left-footed, curling away from Warner. It's 1 apiece. Teal, swap flanks. Too high for Howard, finds Barnes. Oh, well finished! David Jones again. Norwich couldn't stop that thrust down the left-hand side from Teal, and he was able to work it in field, initially for Barnes to lay it off for Jones. We thought it was too high for Howard. Teal knew he was aiming the ball towards, and it was lovely layoff by Barnes and a brilliant finish by Jones. It's a big heavyweight battle between Moore and Dublin. Huckabee. Dublin! Superb save by Bywater. Tion Dublin only touched the ball 3 times. He thought he'd equalised. Superbly struck, and that was a superb save to deny him.
Back down to earth with a bump then. Next stop, Cardiff's Ninian Park.
Chopra. Good right start by Cardiff. Shimika couldn't control the ball first of all. But it's there! It's Paul Parry with the breakthrough. Chopra doing well, getting the ball in there. Bad clearance, Shimika with the first touch. And the first man in the position was number 11, Paul Parry. Breaking his duck, hasn't scored for 22 games. His 4th of the season. Shimika, nice little touch too from midfield partner McPhail. Whittingham's coming off his flank. Wide to Parry, just about holding up again in the wind. Parry, having to stretch, gets the ball there though. Here's a chance for Whittingham, surely! Excellent save really by Tony Warner, as Whittingham looked to add to his goal-scoring tally this season. This really was an excellent move once again by Cardiff. Parry, mazy run, couldn't quite get the shot in, but the intelligent pass by Chopra, setting up Whittingham, deflected over. Simon Lappin, the Scotsman 19, is the free kick expert for Norwich City. Safri there too, dummies it. Good save by Alexander. First real save he's had to make in this game. Coming home, his fellow countryman Simon Lappin, man from St Mirren. Johnson, under pressure from Dublin, brings him down. Free kick to Norwich, who are getting more and more back into this second half. Safri takes it quickly, wanting to make use of Huckabee. This time looking to get round Ledley. Good looking cross. Another good save by Alexander. The Tuhu who scored the winner at Carrow Road in the away game earlier this season. Getting in on the end of the cross by Huckabee. What a beautiful cross it was too.
That 3rd-minute goal, enough to settle the match in Cardiff's favour. And once again, the game's coming thick and fast as another of the promotion favourites, Birmingham City, came to Carrow Road.
Looks like it's going to be Safri, and it is. That's a very good save from Colin Doyle. It hasn't yet gone out. Minimal run-up from Safri, but he got it over the wall and back down again, and Doyle had to be sharp to clear. It's with Hughes, and he's going to aim it long again. And that could fall straight the way through! Well, Chris Martin on a hot goal-scoring streak and found himself with a volley from Andy Hughes' long pass, completely in the clear. Good power behind the ball, but couldn't quite keep it down, Chris Martin. That's misplaced, and it's given Darren Huckabee the chance to break away. Chris Martin's trying to peel off his marker in the centre. Huckabee still has the ball. He's still running with it. He's still got it, Darren Huckabee, and shoots, and that's a fantastic goal! Whatever he said at half-time, I don't suppose he told Darren Huckabee to run half the length of the pitch and score for his side. That's exactly what he's done. Picked the ball up way deep in the Birmingham half. Went past 1, 2, 3 and released a right foot shot.
I don't know, I just got it and just ran with it, beat a few people and put it in the goal. So, you know, the lads, well, Dave Crown told me it was in my own third when I started with it. So, sometimes I go in, sometimes I don't. You know, you have a lot of runs, and this time it came off.
It's a skill, because at the end of the day, you don't know what he's going to go left, you don't know where he's going to right, you don't know where he's going to shoot, you don't know where he's going to pass. As I say, he's got his reward for his endeavour to get there. The ball's broke for him, but he made that luck for himself, and I'm very, very pleased. It was fit and goal to win the game.
Darren Huckabee's outstanding winner, clinching a notable double against the promotion-bound Blues, and come the weekend, a chance to carry on the good work against Stoke.
Nicely played into Huckabee's path by Safri. Chance to cross. Who's there? So is Martin. Inches away from yet another goal, Chris Martin. Good intelligent play down the left. It was a decent cross from Darren Huckabee. Glancing header by Martin. Huckabee. Martin. Back heel. Huckabee! Tremendous goal! And a great bit of link-up play between Huckabee and Martin to create the chance, and Norwich have the lead. The fans fully appreciative, and Darren Huckabee makes it 2 in a week. He looks on from this moment. Lovely control by Martin, and then back heel right into the path of Huckabee. Good control from the 18-year-old, and look at that. Nice and neat. Huckabee beating Simonson. Croft. Nice back heel. Hughes. Across comes Higginbottom. He's missed it. Hughes. Running out of options. Croft with the cross. Up goes Huckabee. In fact, it was Fotheringham. Shouts of shoot from the fans. Instead, Safri finds Huckabee, who takes on Zakwani. And the youngster recovers ever so well to concede the corner. But for a moment, Hughes had a bit of daylight and a bit of space in front of him, but just for temporarily, he probably didn't know what he was doing. Corner's quickly taken. Crossed by Safri. Up goes Shackle, off the post. Great save, Simonson. Jason Shackle thought he'd got a second. And maybe he's thinking it should have been, had it not been for Steve Simonson. Corner quickly taken. Safri's cross, no one got there. Free header by Shackle, the first one off the post. And Simonson did well to clutch hold of it before it crosses the line.
Next up for the Canaries, the trip to Colchester. Very much the surprise package in the Championship. And Norwich going the same way as so many visitors to Layer Road this season. Former Canary Jamie Cureton on his way to becoming the Championship's leading scorer. Neat turn, clinical finish. Cureton further enhancing his chances of returning to Carrow Road in the process. And it was all downhill from there. Colchester going on to double their lead after Johnny Jackson ran through to set up Richard Garcia. 2-0. A thoroughly disappointing afternoon in the Essex sunshine was complete when Chris Iwelumo made the most of some sloppy defending to grab Colchester's third. Final score at Layer Road 3-0. Well, if that was hard to take for City's travelling fans, the white-shirted Canaries went a long way towards making up for it with a splendid win the following Friday afternoon at Hull. Darren Huckabee heading home Yusuf Safri's corner to give City a half-time lead. And it got better. Huckabee in fine form, teasing the Hull defence, supplying the perfect cross for Dixon Ituhu. Hull hit back with a late consolation from Andy Dawson's free kick, Simon Lappin style, but it was too little, too late. 2-1 Norwich. Peter Grant very happy.
Absolutely delighted, you know, because we were fighting for our lives as well, because our performance let us down so poorly last week, the second half, and it was a big character challenge for us today more than anything else. They asked a few questions of us, and I think our boys stood firm, and I thought we could have won the game more convincingly. I know the last 10 minutes they put us under a little bit of pressure. They bring a guy on a Premier League quality in Vaz Tay, but I thought we defended exceptionally well. But I thought every time we broke we looked like scoring, you know, so disappointed we never won more convincingly, to be perfectly honest with you.
So Norwich hoping to end the season with a flourish as they took on another of the promotion hopefuls, this time West Bromwich Albion.
Gira, away from two. The little Hungarian. Now Carter, Greening to his left, decides to go for goal! Hits the crossbar! Warner was statuesque. And Daniel Carter sized up the situation and took aim and almost found the top corner. Fantastic strike. Oh, the corner's quickly taken. Camera read the situation quickly, but it was well watched by Lappin. He still set it up for Coran. Oh, that flicked the top of the bar as well. It was a well-executed corner. Camera thought he'd lost it eventually, and then Coran took aim, and it just flicked the angle. Dublin. Drury's cross. A two-who free header! Dixon Ituhu makes it 2 over Easter, and West Brom will be mightily upset at the way they've conceded it. They won't mind though, but Dixon Ituhu makes it 6 for the season. Free header, no one near him, beats Kylie. Another West Brom corner, Greening takes it. Up goes Soji, cleared off the line, volleyed in by Ellington. In fact, it's Soji again. Corner by Greening, it was Soji went up first, cleared off the line, he reacted very quickly to get the rebound and rammed it into the roof of the net. Vital goal from Sam Soji. And it's one apiece. Tony Mowbray just nods his approval. Greening takes it. And the header comes in. Oh, was that behind the line? No, it wasn't. Cleared off the line. It was Soji again. There's a player down as Huckabee goes forward. Was he blocked by Cora? And referee says no foul. Unbelievable. And this is the opportunity that West Brom thought. It was a header from Soji again and Fotheringham off the line. Drury's throw. Old Wrexham beaten by Dublin. Soji. Oh, side steps Fotheringham. He's got an outlet in Greening to his left, decides to go in field. Still with Soji, now Greening, onside, faced by Hughes. Looking for a cross, can't find one. Camera's outside the penalty area. Kumas, on his right foot, deflected. May fall for Chaplow. Gira, Camera, 2-1! Have West Brom stolen it? It was Gira's ball in, and stooping to conquer was Camera. Pass Warner. Hughes stumbles but recovers ever so well and keeps the pressure on. Forward by Drury. Headed forward, Dublin, Shackle, Huckabee. One last effort here for Norwich. Up goes Dublin! Oh, what a save! Great header there by Dublin. Great save from Kiley. Final whistle goes. That was how close Norwich were from getting an equaliser.
Back on their travels, next stop the Walkers Stadium and a reunion with former boss Nigel Worthington, taking over as caretaker manager of Leicester until the end of the season and getting off to a great start as another former Canary, Darren Kenton, gave Leicester an early lead. It stayed that way until midway through the second half when Darren Huckabee did well to cut in from the left and fire in a shot which was handled in the box. No disputing the penalty, and irony of ironies, Worthington's record signing at Norwich, Rob Earnshaw, marked his return from injury by calmly converting from the spot. Earnshaw clearly delighted to be back after such a long layoff. And City went on to completely spoil Worthington's return to management. Gareth McCauley had judged to have conceded the own goal from a corner. Final score, Leicester 1, Norwich 2. 3 days later, Turf Moor and the return to Burnley, whose visit to Carrow Road earlier in the season had proved a defining moment. 4 for the Clarets that day, another 3 for them here. This time, a former Canary did enjoy himself. Striker Adi Akinbayi opening the scoring with a well-placed header. Norwich lost Darren Huckabee through a back injury shortly before kick-off. In truth, they posed little threat, although Burnley had to wait until the closing stages to double their lead through Andy Gray after James O'Connor's shot came back off the post. And 2 became 3 a couple of minutes from the end, Wade Elliott finding the bottom corner. Hardly the ideal preparation for the return local derby at Carrow Road. The injury-hit Canaries looking to exact some revenge for events at Portman Road earlier in the season, while also looking to finish above Ipswich in the table.
Croft, Spillane, caught late by Williams. Having Williams snapping into the challenge, but snapping into it illegally. The ball had long gone. Norwich's free kick. Andy Hughes to take. 2 to aim for at the far side. A 2 who has won, who's found Huckabee. 2 in the penalty area to aim for, and it's turned in! Maybe an own goal, Dixon and 2 who's celebrating. And Norwich have the perfect start. They took the lead at Portman Road, they take the lead at Carrow Road. And it all stemmed from the free kick by Hughes. It was a 2 who's header to find Huckabee. Players screaming to the near post, and it was a 2 who got the touch. Gavin Williams tried desperate to stick his foot across to try and stop him, but it certainly came off a 2 who. Here's Drury. Fotheringham. Only Earnshaw in the penalty area. That's where the cross was aimed, and Jamie Peters had to deal with that. Huckabee. That wasn't far away. Shane Supple may have been wrong-footed in the first place, but he was obviously breathing a little lightly as that ball fizzed over his crossbar. Martin's first touch. Surrounded by players in blue, but still found an outlet in Drury. Galloping forward, Adam Drury. Now Huckabee. 4 to aim for. Martin! How close was that? Great break by Norwich. Good delivery from Huckabee. Great contact from Martin, and it was inches. Great move. And once again, Huckabee the supplier. Jeffers chasing down Shackle, away by Warner. Martin trying to get there but doesn't. Wright finding Roberts. Wright going on the overlap. David Wright. Pulled across, well blocked. Oh, forced in! He continued his run and forced it into the near post. And it's one each. It was Roberts who found Wright. His shot was blocked, or his cross was blocked, but while everyone stopped, Wright tried his luck again and poked it into the near post. That wasn't on the script. Magilton's relieved, I dare say, but that certainly wasn't on the script for Norwich. Good switch. Huckabee, nice control. Faced by Peters. Nice cross. Oh, and it was Setuhu again. Deflected off Vilnius for the corner. Good burst by Huckabee and a lovely cross, and Setuhu's shot took a touch off Vilnius. Corner taken quickly. Huckabee in the box. Oh, and Dublin couldn't connect. Dion Dublin and marked at the far post. Almost marked his birthday with a derby goal. The corner taken quickly. It was Huckabee who found him at the far side. Unmarked, coming in, couldn't get contact. Williams. Looking for Lee, who wins the header. Haynes is trying to get in there, hooked away from danger. Garvin couldn't stop the ball, and Huckabee can run away here. Under pressure from one, inside the other. Bruce trying to stick with him. That's a lovely ball, Jurgen Collin. What a moment for him if he could score. Tees up Huckabee, deflected, what a save! For Darren Huckabee, who scored in the game a couple of seasons ago at Portman Road, thought he'd score his second here. It was Collin who set him up. The shot deflected, and Supple somehow, even though he's diving to his right, kept the ball out with his legs.
And so to the final league match of the season at Carrow Road, George Burley's Southampton hoping to keep their playoff hopes alive. First though, a moment to reflect on the sad news of the death of Alan Ball. A former Saint of course, and in common with grounds throughout the country, a minute's applause to celebrate the life of the youngest member of England's 1966 World Cup winning side.
Sermon gets it wide here for Gareth Bale. Two in the middle in red and white. Bale's ball driven in towards Best. It's too high for him. Might come to Danny Guthrie though. This is Guthrie. Away from Jason Shackle. Gets the ball wide here to Andrew Sermon. Bale supporting as well. This is Gareth Bale now. Bale's ball across the face. Viafara arriving, and it's turned in by Best. Best with the finish. Southampton with the lead. And playoffs are mission possible now for Southampton. It was Gareth Bale here who was goal maker. Sermon's ball wide. Fizzed low across the face. There were bodies arriving. Best with the finish. And Southampton with the lead. Gareth Bale for Southampton, a chance to double their money here with 32 minutes gone. It is Gareth Bale over the wall, and Tony Warner with fingertips just turns it away. Warner here was always stretching the goalkeeper, just palmed it away and behind for a corner. Guthrie's ball in is high. Lundegfarm is in there, Kenwyne Jones is in there. This is Kenwyne Jones for Southampton. Turns well, Jones keeps. Right is Huckabee. Faced by Sermon, faced by Bale. Huckabee keeps on going here. Huckabee, his ball across the face. Białkowski saves, a claim for handball. Referee says play on. Inside the last 5 minutes of the season at Carrow Road. Norwich face Sheffield Wednesday away on Sunday. Southampton are home to Southend. Here's Dublin. Setuhu away from
Guthrie, a Tuhu shot, and Białkowski has to make a pretty smart save in the end. Maybe lacking all that much sting from Dixon Tuhu.
A week later, not for the first time, the final game of the Championship season came against Sheffield Wednesday. The Owls taking a 3-goal lead. Jermaine Johnson firing in the first on 26 minutes. Wednesday's second came on the stroke of half-time. All a bit sloppy from the corner. Dion Burton smashing into the roof of the net, 2-0. City's afternoon was just about complete when poor old Tony Warner suffered a touch of the Brian Guns, a la Portman Road. Dixon Atuhu's back pass, whoops-a-daisy, 3-0. Peter Grant switched Dion Dublin from defence to attack, and it pretty much paid instant dividends as Dublin set up Earnshaw from Huckabee's throw. Smashing volley, 3-1. City sensed a comeback, and sure enough they were right back in it when Simon Lappin sent a deep looping cross to the far post, where Dion Dublin returned the perfect header to make it 3-2. A vintage goal from the veteran striker, but too little, too late. 3-2 Sheffield Wednesday. All of which saw Norwich end another eventful, if ultimately disappointing season in 16th place in the Championship, but with a new manager, fresh hope, and no doubt plenty of optimism ahead of the 2007-08 campaign.
But the supporters, as I say, they've been the only consistent thing probably about us this season. Hopefully we'll make it better. That's the challenge we've got down in front of us. Hopefully we can send them back more often this Saturday evening to enjoy it and more than frustrated. But with that backing we've got there, I'm sure there's only one way we'll go, and hopefully I'll bring the right players in here, it'll improve us, and hopefully give them, as I say, more fruitful evenings on a Saturday.